Hi everyone, and thank you again for taking a few minutes to watch today's video, which is so important right now. And I'm not going to take forever to talk about it. I just want to get these points across to you real quick, real precise, because they are so important right now. But before, as always, I would love it. It would mean a lot if you could subscribe to the channel and like this video. It helps me grow the audience and get this message out to a variety of people, a larger audience, more messaging to more people. So please like the video, subscribe and share amongst your community. It would mean so much. Now, I'm going to dive straight into it today. Eating healthy is so important. So important. It is our fuel. It is the way that we recover from injury or illness. If we're nourishing a growing family, not feeding people highly processed rubbish that offers our bodies nothing at all. But when times are tough, when expenses are so high, the cost of living, like right now, many people will just default to highly processed food being a cheaper alternative. So I want to give you 6 ways in which you can eat healthy on a budget. Right now, more important than perhaps ever before. So number 1, eat what is in season. Eat the fruit and vegetables that are in season right now. 1, it should mean a high volume of supply. If there is a large supply, a large amount of that product on offer, the price should be lower. Supply demand. Now, also the thing to think about here is that if you're eating something that's out of season, where has it come from? Interstate, overseas? How did they get that to you? And how long did it take? What I mean here is that if something has had to be freighted to you on a truck or on a boat, that cost of getting it from point A to point B is going to be passed on to the consumer, onto you. So making that banana $2 instead of $1. But also if we're talking about freshness and quality here, if that's been sitting on a boat for months, how is that going to look at the other end? Has it been refrigerated? Has it been sprayed? Has it been given something to make sure it looks okay to the consumer at the other end? So freshness, freshness, freshness. Buy what is in season. Don't look for those items where possible that are out of season. The second one is going to a farmer's market is an amazing way to save money and buy amazing fruit and vegetables and meat and even bakery goods. Because what you're doing here is you're going to the person that produces the goods. We're cutting out the middleman. The middleman is typically supermarkets. We need supermarkets to buy many of our items, but why pay their markup for something you can go direct to the person that has grown those vegetables or that fruit or has raised those animals? So go to a farmer's market. It's a great way to buy organic where possible. It's a great way to connect with the community, the people that are actually producing the things that you like to eat. But you will have everything available that you need to live a healthy lifestyle. And you've cut out the middleman, which keeps the cost down. The third one is, well, and not a lot of people think about this one. In a supermarket, down the aisles, companies will often pay a premium to have the shelf that is at eye height. The way our brain works is I need a tin of tomatoes. Here is a tin of tomatoes. I will buy those tin of tomatoes. But what about the brands above or below that either can't afford that expense to have the premium shelf that's at eye height or don't want to pass that additional cost onto the consumer for having a certain shelf height? So look for an equal quality product, if not better quality product sometimes, by looking up and looking down as you're walking up and down the aisles. Meal prep. Now this isn't about some sort of bodybuilding kind of, on Sundays I prep meals for the whole week. Well, it's about actually buying things in bulk. Buying things in bulk will make it a more cost-effective way to feed you, to feed your family, to prep your dinners and prep your lunches. But by buying bags of potatoes or bags of carrots or bags of oranges, whatever it might be, it's cheaper to buy in bulk than it is to buy one or two items as and when needed. So make an effort to think about perhaps what the week ahead looks like. Can you pre-make some of those lunches? Perhaps can you make a bulk of something and have it for meals later in that week? So buy in bulk, prep those meals, either freeze them or put them in the fridge and take them to lunch. A great way to, again, eat well, eat clean, and save money. While we're on the theme of bulk, well, buy meat in bulk. This is something that changed my world because we eat a lot of meat in our family. Well, I've gone through periods where I went vegetarian and I've experimented with other styles of eating, but I always fall back to having a meat in my diet, whether it's chicken, whether it's pork, whether it's fish, whether it's beef. But beef was the big one. We ate quite a lot in various ways, shapes and forms throughout the week as a family. Meat's expensive. So find a farm that sells beef, and pork does it as well, and buy, for example, a quarter of a cow, half a cow. If you've got a big enough freezer, a whole cow. I've found that this can cut your meat bill by up to half. That's a lot of money. That's a big saving. But it's more than that. When you find the right farm, you know how these animals have been raised. Have they been raised ethically? Have they been treated well? Were they grass-fed, grass-finished? Did they not have antibiotics? What kind of life did the animal have? How was it treated? How was it fed? Because you ingest all of that. So look to buy your meat in bulk direct from the farmer and understand how your meat was raised. And the last one is don't waste. Don't be wasteful. What I mean by this is we throw out so much fruit and veg. I've gone to so many people, and it still happens in my house. When you have children, it's really hard to avoid. But I'm getting a lot stricter with this. Don't waste fruit and veg. Fruit's a classic. The bananas have gone all brown and black and gross. The berries are looking a bit squishy and gross. Freeze them. Use them in smoothies. If the vegetables are looking a little bit, well, less than appealing, could you use them in a soup? So rather than have wastage, rather than throwing it all away, freeze it and use it later on. Guys, that was it. 6 really quick ideas for you to eat healthy, eat well, feed you, feed your family healthy and clean, not having to default to these highly processed, fast to make, fast to get foods on a budget. It is incredibly expensive to live right now. We all acknowledge that. So if we can find a way to cut the cost in multiple areas, it's important. And food, we want to cut costs, save money, but still eat well. Guys, thank you so much. As always, again, like it, subscribe it, check out my other videos, and please, as always, keep well.